All right, sorry about that. I had to go do something real quick. But I'm telling y'all right now, we have a serious problem in our judicial system. And just like law enforcement, I don't think all the judges are crooked, but we got to get rid of the crooked ones and the dirty ones and the terrorists and traitors to the American judicial system. Our system is out of control. It is selling out to the highest bidder. Lady Justice is supposed to be blind. It's supposed to be blind. What does hard copy got to do with anything? Ladies and gentlemen, believe me when I tell you this ain't about no money, no money. This is about showing corrupt people. Now, this is the stick that I sent to the clerk of the court showing the full version of what the state attorneys, the prosecutors, let me rephrase this, what the counsel sent to the clerk of the court, half of what they wanted the court to see. They cut up that recording of the body cam footage showing me being arrested on the sidewalk, and that's all they showed. And then they want to say that I was threatening people. But the funny thing about that, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't arrested for threats, because there were no threats. Okay? Go back and watch the recording. This is the body cam footage of these officers that's on this stick right here, y'all. The body cam footage. The camera doesn't lie. This is the same thing they went into court with and showed the court this same bullshit. The chopped up version. See, most people say you got to tone down your voice, the profanity. See, I'm not editing any of my shit. You get what I'm doing, because I don't want to hide nothing from my viewers. If they dismiss it, they dismiss it. It ain't gonna stop my living. What I'm doing, it ain't gonna stop me going out recording people. I'm gonna continuously do this, ladies and gentlemen, because I got a passion for showing corrupt people to you all. And sooner or later, y'all gonna wake up and see that y'all getting shafted without any grease on you. They ain't using grease on y'all. But the thing about this is this. I showed the full version of the police body cam footage on this stick here. The same thing you saw on my platform to the clerk of the court. The counsel for these defendants show a chopped up version of it. They show when the Russian bitch jumped out of his car and arrested me. Talking about I was disorderly, and the person at the bus stop was the victim. Not Enterprise, but the person at the bus stop. Even though they never interviewed the person at the bus stop, he never complained about me interfering in his movement. The only people he got to do it was the people he conspired with in Enterprise. And at the end of the day, you saw where one of the officers was taking the manager down to the courthouse where they took me at in Silver Springs, 2nd District, to get a protected order. And she lied on that, which is a criminal act, y'all. It's a criminal act because it clearly says it on the protected order. Saying that I was on her property, I was threatening them. But the funny thing, I got charged with a disorderly conduct. Nowhere is it on it that I threatened anybody. Nowhere at the time, they were all getting back in their car, getting ready to leave. Now, threatening somebody to do bodily harm to them is a criminal act. I didn't get charged for that. And that's what they tried to say to this honorable judge. And I don't know if she's honorable or not, or he's honorable or not. I don't know who it is. She's honorable or not. We'll only know after this. They go through this case here, because it's a clear-cut case. And I showed it to him here, y'all. I showed it to him here. Now, here we go again with some cocking bullshit. Talking about hard copy. Am I supposed to do this frame by frame? What the fuck we got cameras for if we're going to go hard copy with the cameras? Come on, man. Common sense is what law is about. Common sense. What most of you bootlickers and ass kissing deep throaters don't know about. Common sense. You want to get on here and argue about dumb shit. I mean, that's why I don't even respond and I remove you off my platform now. If you ain't part of the solution, you're part of the problem. But for her to write, the clerk of the court to write back after this so many days have passed and said something about hard floor mat attachment. What the fuck is that? And I'm pretty sure since it's at the bottom, almost close to the name, this some new shit they made up on the slip to send it in and send back to me. I could see if it was all the way up here at the top somewhere, but it's right here like they put that in at the last minute, y'all. See the distance in between her name? And you see how much? Come on. I look at everything, ladies and gentlemen. This shit's so phony, it's pathetic. Look at it's the last one on this list of paperwork. Like they wrote this in at the last minute. Look at the distance from that 68 to her name will be the distance you would probably put if this was legit. But look at them. This is the last box, last little sentence on this piece of paper like they wrote this in at the last minute. I'm telling y'all, it is time we change our judicial system. Because we have a serious problem with new domestic terrorists in our country. And it ain't coming from outside, y'all. It's coming from within. You know, this whole case could have been solved if this manager would have came out and asked me what the problem was, and I would have told her one of your employees threw an apple at me for no reason. Because Tacoma Park went to him and told him that I'd be out recording and shit like that. And that's where that came from. Make no mistake about it. You know, they moved him out. Now this same person who threw the apple, I seen him back over at Enterprise again. We know where every last one of these employees got moved out. I mean, like we don't do we investigate. We do our work. You know, and if you look at the recording of the police officers, I didn't make that recording. The police did. Conspiring to try to get a disorderly conduct, y'all. Ain't that some shit? And now here we go with the clerk of the court again. The first one, I turned in all the affidavits, and all of a sudden all the affidavits disappeared out of the case. Now, leave of the court is required for filing of hard floor mat attachment. Leave of the court. Ain't this some shit? Some more shit. Matter of fact, I'm going to look up and see if this is the same clerk of the court. Oh, the judge. This is the judge. Oh, my bad. Oh, my God. Here we go. I'm telling you, I just got it and started reading it. This is the judge. So, somebody typed this last box in. Oh my God. So we know where this is going, y'all. But this is, so the judge saw this stick. She looked at what was on this stick, and now, oh my God. She's selling out to the highest bidder, y'all. You all saw what was on this stick. Now the judge saw what was on this stick, and some 30, 60 days later, She's returning it to me. I thought this was the clerk of the court. My bad, clerk. This is the judge who saw what was on this tape. And I guess the terrorists from the state attorney's office or the federal attorney's office, attorney general's office, got to this judge. Oh my God. Here we go, y'all. But don't worry. Just like the other judge, we doing all our homework on them. So don't think we forgot about him. We're going to start on this one. This shit is fucking ridiculous. This is evidence, y'all, and it ain't my evidence. It's the body cam footage of the officers, and the last thing on there is the arrest of the same officer in Langley Park, and it's all on my platform. So y'all look at it. Not one citizen came up to them and said that I was stopping their movement, infringing on their rights. Only the people they conspire with, and here we go again with another conspirator. We got a serious problem in America, and we got to start changing. And how we change it is start voting these people out of office. If you don't like what's going on in America today, it's election time coming, and we got to get these people out of office so they are no longer allowed to push their agenda on the American people. The supreme law, which is the Constitution of the United States, is the law of this nation. Okay? They write shit, and when they get caught in their own shit, they try to change it up to justify their corruption. And this is why I say you should always record your government officials in everything they do. Everything. That's why they try to stop me from going into the courthouse, because they got hemmed up when all the affidavit walked out of the courtroom after I filed them. Here we go again. And this attorney general, y'all need to vote him out of Maryland. A straight criminal. His office, and get rid of every last one of them in there and terminate them and get some new blood up in there to run your attorney general's office. They represent domestic terrorists in America today. They're part of the problem, y'all. Y'all stand by. More to come. Let's see where we already know where it's going. If this is the judge, who is now returning the stick. And again, this letter should have went out to all the defendants. I didn't receive a letter back when the defendant sent their stick in. Y'all stand by. More to come. This shit, woo! I mean, but history always repeats itself, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. History always repeats itself. After I sent my second, I guess she didn't like what I wrote on it to deny these individuals their motion to strike this case, because what I wrote was the truth. These are domestic terrorists. They have waged war on the supreme law of this country. And again, the worst thing you can ever have is an enemy within. And we surely have enemies within our government of America. And we got to start weeding them out, y'all. If not, it's going to tear this country apart. You're going to push people to the brink, and it's almost there. And believe me when I tell you this, ain't nobody going to care nothing about writing no motion. Ain't nobody going to care about writing no letter. You know, when these Caucasian people wanted to get away from England. They didn't care about writing no letter to the king or worrying about what was written in it. You know, the king sent the red coats, and the people band together because they were tired of the shit. You know, it goes back to that shit what's going over there in the Middle East with Israel and the Palestinians. That's all because you got an individual who don't want to relinquish power. Because I can tell you right now, the new generation don't give a fuck about that old shit that's going on. And sooner or later, they're going to come to their senses. And it's the old ones that don't want to give up that power. And here we go again. Same bullshit in America. Sooner or later, shit gonna hit the fan in this country. And you hear it from me first. Just because of this kind of bullshit here, a one-sided ex parte shit. I didn't get a letter stating that she would turn the stick to the defendants in the other case in their motion, because they sent a stick with their motion, and it was the last part of me being arrested on the sidewalk when you see the guy throwing my shit on the grass. But when I sent in the full version of both of the officers' body cam, the judge sent my shit back to me. Ain't that some shit, y'all? I guess what they're gonna do the next time I send in the next lawsuit that we're writing up now. But we going to the news. We going to the news people, and we're showing them. We just letting it, you know, fester right now, is getting everybody so nobody can say. But we're going to send it to all the news agency, and that's what we're putting together, something to send to all the news agency about this corrupt shit we got going on in America. It's the same thing I tell y'all about what's going on with Donald Trump. Who picks and chooses who gets immunity in this country? Is there a committee that picks and chooses who gets immunity? These judges, these defendants are asking for immunity. Why don't you get a president of the United States immunity? The ex-president. Or a police officer that shoots somebody in the back. Who picks and chooses who gets immunity? You want to know who picks and chooses? These domestic terrorists we have sitting in our office. This is why there should never be immunity. Because you stereotyping, picking and choosing who you're going to give it to. These clowns in this one, the counsel said they're entitled to immunity for violating a constitutional right. Ain't that some shit? The supreme law of this country, you can get immunity when you're a judge and a prosecutor who should know the law. They can get immunity when they try to shaft somebody, and when they get caught at it, oh, just tell them we get immunity. And then we get these kind of people who go right along with it. What gets me is a hard floor-matted attachment. What the fuck is that? Is this judge saying we need frame by frame pictures of the body cam footage? Y'all let me know, because this shit right here just And look at here, y'all. I want y'all to see this here. But if you go right here to the last one, and you can clearly see this was typed in at a later date. because it's so close to the signature. And if you go here and you look at, I'm gonna see if I can bring it to you. The heart, where the end of the H is, and the looping of the name, look how dark it is. If that was written in earlier, it wouldn't be dark right there. Unbelievable, y'all. That's what I do, y'all. I dissect documents and people, get to know them. This shit right here is ridiculous. Common sense, y'all. This last paragraph on this piece of paper was put in here specifically to send to me. Corruption at its best, y'all. Y'all stand by, more to come.